All right, guys. Quick video on how to write or how to create a linear equations in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Okay. So every time you hear slope-intercept form, I want you to think of y equal mx plus b. Y equal mx plus b. Okay. So this is one of the one of the forms of linear equation y equal mx plus b, and this we call it the slope intercept because when we look at the equation, the m is your slope, which is rise over run, and the b is your y-intercept, that is where the line crosses over the y-axis. Okay, so here is the problem that you guys work on today. And by the way, this is chapter 4.1. Okay, and that is how to create or how to write a linear equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, so they want you to write an equation of a line, of the line that passes through these 2 points right here. Okay, so we don't need to graph this because it's not asking you to graph it or anything. It just say write the equation that passes through these 2 points. Okay, so here are the tricks, or here are the steps. I always, recommend you guys to do this. Go to the first point, -3, -5, -3. I'm gonna label this as my x1, and this is gonna be my y1. Okay, so this is going to be x and y. The first point, I'm going to label x1, y1, and this is going to be x2 and y2. Okay, so remember there is a line that passes through these 2 points, okay, and they want you to write the equation for this line. Write the equation. And we talk about equation right now for chapter 4.1. We are talking about slope-intercept form, which is y equal mx plus b. Okay, so in order for us to write the equation of a line, there's two things that we need. We need the slope, okay, that's the first thing, which is the m, and we need the y-intercept, and that is the b term. That's what the b stands for. So we have to go find the slope and the y-intercept. Now, to find the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points right here, first things we have to go find the slope using the slope formula, and that is m equal y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay, and that's the same thing with the definition of slope, which is rise over run, the change in y divided by the change in x. So I already labeled them over here, so all I have to do next is just go back to the point x1, y1, and x2 and y2 and pull out these numbers and substitute it into the formula. So we have y sub 2, and that would be -12, minus y sub 1, which is -3. Okay, so it's be -12 minus -3. Common mistakes that I see a lot of some of you guys tend to do is that when you see the y1 is a negative and you forget about this negative right here, this subtraction sign. So remember, say y2, which is -12, minus y1, which is -3, divided by x sub 2, which is -7, minus x sub 1, which is -5. And again, there's another negative right there. Okay, so right down here, I'm going to write m equal, so let's go ahead and simplify this. -12 minus -3. Remember, we're talking about -12 minus a negative, so this right here becomes a positive. So that's become -12 plus 3. All right, divided by -7. And same thing here, minus a -5, that's become a +5. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean this up to see what the slope of the equation is going to be. -12 plus 3, that's going to give you -9. Okay, divided by -7 plus 5, that will give you -2. and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So I'm just going to leave it as 9/2. If you want, you can turn that into 4.5. But since we're talking about slope is rise over run, it is okay to leave it at 9/2. So step number one, guys, let's go back. Step number one, you need to find the slope. Okay, you need to find the slope. That is step number one. Okay, now the next step is we had to find is you need to find the y-intercept. We need to find out what b is. Okay, you need to know, you need to find out where is it that the line gonna crosses the y-intercept. So you need to find the b term. What is the b? Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line right here, go over here. I'm gonna rewrite that y equal, okay, the slope again, we found that from part one, which is 9/2, okay, times x plus b. So there is my equation slope-intercept form. But right now, I only have the slope, okay? So the next part that I need to do is I need to go find out what the y-intercept is going to be. Well, we can find the y-intercept in this case because we already know what x and y is. This is my x, this is my y, this is my x, and this is my y. So all you have to do is right now is go back to the problem and use one of these 2 points that they gave you. You can use -5, -3, that's my x1, y1, or you can also use -7, -12, that's going to be x2, y2, and you need to substitute that into the x and the y. Back that to the equation to find the b. So it doesn't matter which point you use, okay? In this case, I'm going to pick the first point. I'm going to pick -5, -3. So when y equal to -3, x equal to -5. So I'm going to go here, the y, I'm going to replace the y by -3 equal 9/2 times x, which is -5, plus b, okay? I'll say that one more time. All I did here was I go back to my equation, y equal mx plus b. I substitute 9/2, and that is my slope. So now I need to go find what the y-intercept, what the b is going to be. And I'm going to go ahead and pick one of the 2 points that they gave me and place the x, substitute the x by -5, and substitute the y by -3. Okay, now you see I got this whole equation. The only unknown variable right now is the b term. What is b is going to be? All right, let's clean this up. And I simplify this. -3 equal 9 times -5. That's going to be -45/2. You can always put a 1 under the 5. That's 2 times 1 is 2, plus b. Okay, plus b. Now to get b by itself, I need to isolate the b, get the b by itself. So I'm going to have to use inverse operation. So I'm going to get rid of -45/2. So I'm going to add positive, I'm going to add 45/2 so that I can cancel out these terms right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to add 45/2. All right. So I'm going to go up here. All right, let me get rid of this. Okay, I'm going to go back up here. So now I have -3 plus 45/2 equal b. So I need to go solve for b now. It's a fraction. So in order for me to add them, make sure you find the common denominator. And common denominator of 1 and 2 is definitely going to be 2. So I multiply the denominator by 2, multiply this numerator by 2. Okay, -3 times 2 is going to give me -6/2 plus 45/2 equal b. Again, my common denominator is 2, so leave the denominator alone. -6 plus 45. -6 plus 45 is positive 39. Okay, -6. So think of you owe somebody $6 and you have $45. So you're gonna pay the $6. You still have $39 left. But my denominator here is 2. So 39 over 2 equal B. All right. You did all that work, but don't forget they want you to write the equations. Write the equations. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say y equal, what is my equations going to be? Y equal mx plus b. My slope is 9 over 2. So now I'm going to put 9 over 2 in for the slope. 9 over 2 times x plus b. And b in this case, I found that out just right now. And that is 39 over 2. 39 over 2. And that would be my equation of this problem. Y equal 9 over 2 times x plus 39 over 2. And that is y equal mx plus b form. Okay?